It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is the Action Sports Jax Postgame Show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
There was a time when the Jacksonville Jaguars were 2-1. There was a time when the sun shined brightly in Jacksonville, Florida. That time is now gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Jags have lost 3 straight, 2 divisional games, and meet the new Jags, same as the old Jags. Hi, everybody. Hicken here. Post-game report. Jags lose to the Colts somehow. Only the Jags, only our beloved Jaguars could go on an 18-play, 84-yard, 10-minute and 4-second drive in the fourth quarter and lose. It's mind-boggling. Only the Jags could watch a quarterback drop back to pass 58 times and not sack him. Although they'll get credit for one because Matt Ryan fell. Well, that was actually a rushing attempt. Matt Ryan fell down, tripped over a guard, and was tagged for a 4-yard loss. That's a TFL, not a sack. Only the Jags, I think I got this right, guys, called timeout with 23 seconds left to give the Colts another opportunity when they had them at about the 32, which would have been about a 49-yard field goal from Chase McLaughlin. It's a fairly makeable kick. It's a good place to kick, but it's not a gimme. Only the Jags would allow, by my account in the second half, a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 8. That's off the top of my head. Only the Jags could do all this and somehow, some way lose a football game on a day where they rushed for more than 200 yards. It's frankly mind-boggling. How we lost this game, let me count the ways. The defense gave up 34 points to the worst offense in the NFL. I think the Colts had scored 6 touchdowns in 5 games previously. 6 touchdowns in 5 games. They scored, I think, 4 today. Go back to that graphic for just a second. Let me see it again. 29 first downs they allowed. Colts had the ball for 29 minutes, Jags for 31, thanks to that 10-minute drive. Now we can go to the next one. I mean, Trevor was 20 of 22. They had a great drive, man. I was happy for the young man. Hit a 3rd and 13 on that drive. I think he was 6 of 6 on his final drive. 6 of 6. But look at Matt Ryan. Did we ever adjust to the short passes? Did we ever say, let's come up and guard? Are our cornerbacks so bad that they have to just keep everything in front of them? And Matt Ryan dinked and dunked us to death. It was Triple D out there. Dinked and dunked us to death. He threw it 58 times. He completed 42 live, 58 divided by 42. I need to know the percentage on that, please, because it's not going to be pretty. He threw for 389 yards. That's a Colts franchise, and the Colts are a proud franchise who've had guys like Manning, Unitas, and Luck off the top of my head at quarterback. Matt Ryan threw it more times than any other Colt in the history of the Baltimore/Indianapolis Colts today. Yeah, that's what I said. 42 divided by 58, Liv. Dang it, Liv. I want to know 72% of his passes he completed. Trevor Lawrence, 20 of 22, completed 90-some% of his passes, but I don't care. The Jags lost. We ran all over them. We got away from the run. It's just like when you lose, everything gets magnified. But I cannot get over, listen, I'm a Gator fan. I've had to watch 2 atrocious defenses back to back. I can't take that. That's too much for me. That is just disgusting what I saw from the professional. Trayvon Walker. You know what I just saw? I just saw Kayvon Thibodeau strip sack Lamar Jackson and win a game for the Giants. You know where Kayvon Thibodeau was picked? After Trayvon Walker. I'm not writing the guy off, but 2 weeks in a row, roughing the passer penalties that are unacceptable. This one wasn't as bad. It's still bad. And it kept him on the field, and the Colts went down and scored a touchdown on it. You've got to play smarter. I mean, these guys better be ticked today in that locker room. But they're 2-4. They stink. They're no good. And they're going to lose to the Giants next week at home. And they're going to lose to Denver and London. And they're going to be 2-6. And all our optimism is gone. And all of us who went to Vegas and laid it on the over for the 12th year in a row are going to sit here and scratch our heads. You said you got Brent? I wonder what he's going to be thinking. He's in Indy. Let's listen in to Brent Martineau right now.
If there's a way, the Jaguars will seemingly find it. That's just been their thing for years. Doug Peterson hasn't changed that yet, and a little bit today was probably the NFL and the way it works. It's wild. You beat a team 24-0, a team with the last-ranked offense in the NFL. Just lights you up on defense, and Matt Ryan turns back the clock. He's been pitiful. He's been terrible. He's been awful. He shouldn't play much anymore. That's what the first 5 weeks were like. And then he does this on a Sunday afternoon in the middle of October in Week 6 against the Jaguars. The Jags haven't shown this on defense at all, other than getting pushed around a little bit by the Eagles. But this, Matt Ryan just ripped them apart. They couldn't get pressure on him. The offensive line held up for the Colts, and this is about as disappointing as it gets. You know, a week ago, the offense couldn't score a touchdown, even though they went up and down the field. And today, the Jaguars defense couldn't make a stop. So that's how you end up 2-4. Now you're on a 3-game losing streak, and that's why. Today is why last week's loss against an inferior Houston team for sure really stings in this first 6-game stretch of the season. Here's the good news, I guess. Trevor Lawrence delivered a heck of a drive, put them in position to win. The Jags offense ran the ball really well. Trevor was 18 of 20 throwing the football, including some big-time throws coming down the field. Everybody's been asking for that. You got to see it. Well, now the defense has to close out a game now that Trevor got it done. Jaguars lose 34-27. Improbable week-to-week league continues. Jags now come back home against the New York Giants, who look pretty darn good, obviously, to start the year. That'll be next week at TIAA Bank Field. Jags are 2-4, a 3-game losing streak, and they've lost the last 2 games to Davis Mills and an aging Matt Ryan, and they lost the opener to Carson Wentz, who's playing really bad. Try to wrap your head around it. We'll try to go ask these guys about it. That'll do it for now. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, I'm Brett Martineau.
I like the music behind him. Da 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 da. Some great NFL music. Sorry. We're awaiting Peterson and Lawrence. Why, I don't know. Really, the only guy I really want to hear from the most is Doug Peterson. I don't want to hear from the players right now. I'm so mad at them. I could scream. Look at what we had here. All right, we blew this game. Blew it. Win-win. Happy days are here again. We're a good team. We're a good team, they told us. Doug Peterson said, we're a good team. Yeah, sure we are. Boom, 5 turnovers. Boom, can't score. Boom, can't stop them. Boom, find a way to lose. Boom, go to London and lose. Boom, Raiders whip our butts. Boom, Chiefs are going to kill us. Bye week, W. Boom, Ravens beat us. Boom, Hutchinson gets 4 sacks. Boom, it's the Titans. Boom, it's the Cowboys. Boom, the 4-2 Jets. Maybe? I'm real close. I'm real close. Now, I don't really believe all that. I'm just doing this for histrionics. But I am really close to announcing 2 words that make every Jaguar fan cringe in September and or October. Do you know what those 2 words are? I'm this close to saying it, this close to doing it, because I'm so disgusted with how we played today. Draft talk. Yeah. Top 5, top 10. Yeah, who are we going to let pick? I mean, how do you... Give me some more numbers, Liv. What else do we have? ETN is playing good, man. Got to get the ball more. 10 carries, 86 yards, bro. A couple receptions for 22, 12 touches. Shoot, JaMychal Hasty broke that one. We were up 14-3. Once again, weren't we up 14-3 on the Eagles? I said, we get to 21, it's over. Same opportunity here today. We can't get to 21. Get to 21, it's over. Couldn't do it. Hasty made it 14-3. James Robinson ran hard. 12 carries, 54 yards. Zay Jones. We need a big-time receiver. God, do we need a big-time receiver in the worst way? My gosh, we need a big-time receiver. Somebody, go trade for DJ Moore at Carolina. Go get Robbie Anderson. Go make a deal for some receiver somewhere. We need a receiver. This receiving core ain't good enough. Oh, look. Titans are in first. Colts are in second. Jags are in third. Should they be in third or fourth? Get Stuart Weber. You know what? You need to ask Stuart percentage-wise. Okay, if Stewart sent it, then I trust it. I don't trust you. Stuart Weber, scored like 1,500 on his SAT, so he would know percentage-wise if 2 and 4 is better than 1, 3 and 1. All right, we're 33%, they're 30. So we're barely ahead of the Texans, who own the tiebreak over us. Once they win another game, they'll zoom past us. And we'll be in our rightful place in the freaking cellar of the worst division in the NFL. This is just beyond. And poor Trevor, the 23-year-old Trevor Lawrence, going to have to trot out there again today. Have to say, man, it's frustrating. Gosh, we're close. Man, it's disappointing. Could have had a drive for the ages. Took the lead. Let him go right down the field. I'm going to tell you something. I said this on Twitter, and I feel badly because I don't mind criticizing professional athletes, but there's a certain cornerback on this team who had the worst game I think I've ever seen a Jaguar cornerback play today. I mean, this cat, who was fairly good for us last year, just couldn't catch the ball, is suddenly, can't cover a cold. Can't catch a cold. Maybe the Jags are rubbing off on me. So that happened as well. You know who I'm talking about. And they allowed a touchdown at the end. And I really don't know why Doug called that timeout. There's no point. Bro, there's 23 seconds. We don't got Patrick Mahomes. We're not going the length of the field if they make a field goal. Let the clock run out, man. You guys, coaching is not during the game. Here's the deal. Something I've always said. If you're not sure, and Doug's been doing it long enough, but if you're not sure, get a guy that you totally trust on the headset and let him tell you what to do, and just tell that guy, look, you got to be right 90% of the time, and I'll take the heat on the other 10%, but because I got 8 million other things going on, because Doug's calling the plays too. And so if he's calling the plays, he's got a million things going on in his head, then somebody's got to be telling him, hey, call timeout here. Hey, don't call timeout here. Hey, go for it here. Hey, don't go for it there. Somebody's got to be telling him stuff, or he's just maybe got too much going on right now. But, whatever, man. I like the Peterson-Lawrence combination. I think we're going to be okay. But maybe we got over anxious at 2-1 when we went out to the Chargers, and we absolutely hammered the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles. Hammered them, right? And we were 2-1 and flying high and get ready to take on the undefeated Eagles, and they put us in our place. But it was a rainy day, whatever. This one and this one are inexplicable. The Commanders' loss is bad, by the way. But these two, if you just win these two, okay, you're 4-2. Just win these two against two. Let me remind you something, folks. The Colts did not have Jonathan Taylor today. The Colts didn't have Nyheim Hines today. Those are their top 2 running backs. Both were missing. Both weren't playing. Golly, man. What are we thinking? What are we doing? And I understand Matt Ryan got the ball out quick. That's going to be the big, you can't get to him. He's quick. One time out of 58, you can get to him. One time you could scheme up a blitz that guy gets in there untouched and blasts him. One time we're going to blitz and we're going to challenge the receivers instead of give them a 12-yard cushion. I mean, what? Did we just give them a huge cushion? Look, I know it's hard. I got a lot of respect for them. They're professional football players. They're all great athletes. They all do well. Man, oh, man. I'm looking at Shaq meet the media right now. We'll get his thoughts in a few minutes. Maybe he's hampered. Maybe he's hurt. He could, man, it was, man, I mean, that's Alec, that's a rookie beating him. That's a, no disrespect, but I mean, Paris Campbell hadn't done anything in the NFL. Michael Pittman, career day today. Alec Pierce, second-round pick from Cincinnati. Way better than our guys. I mean, Christian Kirk caught a touchdown late. But 3 weeks in a row now. I mean, Press Taylor sat there and said, I'll put it on the coaches. We got to get more targets, Christian Kirk. I don't know how many targets he had today, but I guarantee it was under 5. Guarantee it was under 5. What are we doing, man? It's going to get tough. This is the easy part of the schedule. Giants are 5-1 now. That was a big dub at the beginning of the year. Oh, goodness gracious. Just a terrible performance by our ball club today. And listen, offense is inconsistent. I mean, here's the thing. Here's another thing that bugs me, as long as I'm getting this off my chest. We had 150 yards rushing in the first half. And Trevor went back to pass 8 times. You know how many times he was sacked? 4. How can you be sacked 4 times when you go back to pass 10 times? What are you guys doing on that front line? And then the Colts made some adjustments, and they said, you're not running the ball anymore. And then Trevor started to throw it, and he threw it well, man. 6 of 6 on that last drive. 6 of 6. But gee whiz. You have scores around the NFL, pop them up. Are these finals? How about the Falcons? They're better than us. Patriots, they're better than us. Vikings, way better than us. Dolphins will get Tua back next week. Oh, Cincinnati with a nice comeback win against NOLA, 30-2. That's a good win for the Bengals, man. New Orleans, tough place, whoever's playing quarterback down there. So, nice win for the Bengals right there. So some of the early scores from around the National Football League, the 1 o'clock games, the 4 o'clock games are starting. Look, I'm stalling. We're waiting for Doug Peterson. Hey, Doug, you're ticking me off. Do we got the Shaq stuff turned around yet? Can we get that on the air? I mean, what are we waiting for? Well, you saw him 5 minutes ago. Flip the thing. I don't know what we're doing. Josh Allen's over there talking right now. Can you flip a camera over there and just show Josh Allen? I'm going to tell you what he's. No, you better not. All right, there he is. I was worried about, locker room stuff. Yeah, we got showers behind him. Good call. Here, because I know what Josh Allen's saying. Hey, we just got to play better. Hey, I know this is disappointing. Hey, I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of the players. I'm sick of hearing from them. It's the same crap every week. Win a football game, man. You're better than that. You told us you were. You told us. We didn't tell you. You told us. Quote, we're a good football team. We're a good football team. You can't lose to the Texans at home and a depleted Colts squad on the road and come back and tell me we're a good football team. You can't shut out the Colts on September 18th and less than a month later watch them score 34 points. Now, I know what you're saying. That's the NFL, and it is to a point. But gee whiz. Frank Reich out-coached us. He dang sure did. He said, you know what? We're just going to short pass these guys to death. They can't cover, and if we short pass, they can't sack. And now, by the way, we have played 6 games. There's Doug, and we got 10 sacks. Doug, you got some explaining to do. You can take him. No sound yet. Doug.
I mean, look, this is one of the things we talk about a lot, is the finish, right? And credit them. I mean, their game plan today obviously was, not to huddle as much and try to play a little tempo and get the ball out quickly and, try to eliminate, some of your pass rush that way. And, they did a good job with that. Our guys battled for 60 minutes, and, we just gotta find a time, a place, a play somewhere that, we can win these games. And, it's obviously an opportunity to do that, and our guys will be better. We'll be better for it as we go. And great opportunities to teach.
You guys had some penalties on third downs, extended drives, I think roughing the passer, a couple of pass interference penalties. How demoralizing is that?
Again, you self-inflicted, and I think they were 6 for 6 on third down there in the second half, I believe, and whether by penalty or by catch, we've just got to evaluate the tape, and see if as coaches we're doing the right thing, and be hard and critical on ourselves, and trying to put our players in position. But at the same time, we understand that those mistakes can extend drives.
Doug, how encouraged were you that you needed it from Trevor? He went and got you the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, I thought that was not only by him, but I think the offense. It was really good to see for us to go down and get that touchdown, and the go-ahead score there, and put a lot on Trevor, and he did a nice job. He made some big throws, and just good to see something we can learn from with him and keep building, and just continue to work at it. But that was good to see.
Even outside that last drive, did you like his decision making all day, Trevor?
Yeah. For the most part, he did some really nice things, and there were some quick sacks on him. We got edged a little bit, and there were some quick sacks that got us on some first downs, put in some second long situations. But some of those we were able to overcome. But we didn't do enough. There's more out there that we can get, and we just got to find a way to do that.
Doug, how much are you still trying to figure out who you guys are? Last week, you go up and down the field, can't get enough points. Defense plays well. You get 27, you get the big drive. You get 20 to 22. I think with Trevor, run for 200 and can't get it on the other side. Is that just the NFL?
I mean, I think it's both. I think we keep talking about it's about us and focusing on our jobs and what we do. Players and coaches, and we're all in this thing together. We're going to learn from it. We're gonna fix it. But this team. One thing I like about this team is there's no quit in these guys. They battle for 60 minutes. They don't shut it down at all. They play hard. They play fast, and like I told them after the game, we're gonna end up, whenever that is, whether it's through time or what, but we're gonna come out ahead on most of these, as we go.
How much back-to-back big weeks for Travis Etienne? Can you talk about his growth and even bigger roles for him going forward?
I thought Travis, did a really nice job for us, today. Some nice explosive runs, in there. Offensive line did a nice job. He's getting better. He's getting better within the offense and what we're asking him to do. And I thought James even had some good runs in there. And we got Jermichael going. And thought overall, offensive line opened up some the receivers blocked, safeties, linebackers from time to time, which is asked of them. I thought the run game was good, and we've just got to find a way to finish.
Colts were very effective on crossing routes against a lot of man-to-man coverage. How much do you anticipate that you're going to see more of that going forward until you prove you can slow it down better than you
can?
Yeah,
that's one thing about this league is until you stop something, you're going to continue to see it. We've got to evaluate the tape, obviously, making sure we're doing the right things as as coaches to put our players in position to win those battles. But yeah, it's something we'll look at tonight on the way home.
The option on 4th down, was that something y'all just put in? Or what did you see that thought?
Well, we've had that play in, and we were rolling at that time, and felt comfortable and confident, that we were going to pick that up, and credit them. They did a nice job of stopping that one, and just something we got to evaluate and look at the decision, look at the play, look at all of it as we go forward.
Were you expecting them to go over the top? Because one of the things that Shaq said is that he had been playing kind of guarding the inside most of the time, but there was also, there was a lot of DPIs on both sides. But were you expecting them to go over the top like that when they really needed 6 or 7 yards to make it closer for the kicker?
I think in that situation they were already in field goal range, for that kicker, and it's just an opportunity there for them to, whether they obviously complete it for the score or they get the DPI, whatever it might be. It's the risk reward there kind of favors offense, in situations like that, because that with the time and on 4th down, they have the opportunity to kick the field goal. So kind of expect it in those situations, and just credit them. They made the play.
Last week you said it was a pissed off team in the locker room. What do you get a sense of these guys this week? A little bit of demoralized or no?
Well, they're hurting, obviously. They battled, but again, it's an opportunity to get better this week and learn from the film, coaches and players, and just get back to work. Nobody's gonna, as we say, feel sorry for us, and we just have to keep grinding and keep going.
Thank you,
all right, thanks.
All right, whatever. He does. What's he going to say? So, it is what it is. It's opportunity to teach really annoyed me, rubbed me the wrong way. It's the NFL, man. Come on. And we're not freshmen and sophomores here, guys, okay? It's an opportunity to win. That's what it's all about, results-oriented business. So we didn't get it done. Shaq Griffin had a terrible day today. Let's hear what he had to say. He talked to Brent here just a moment ago.
They identify man coverage, and the main thing was they're going to throw one pick route somewhere in the middle where it's going to give somebody, at least one person, a chance to get open, and that's the part that we have to adjust to. They knew we were going to run a little bit more man and, try to get after the quarterback, and, that's why they started hitting with more quick game to try to extend the run. So, I got to give my hat off to them, being able to adjust, make some changes when it comes to making our man calls. So,
How hard will it be for you to shake off this game?
How hard would it be for me to shake off? Man, I've been here before. It's not my first rodeo. I've been in the league for a while now. My main thing is I'm hurt because I feel like I let my team down. It's a lot of plays that, I had out there that I did make. And then that last one, it doesn't matter what I made today. That last one hurt me the worst. And I'm the type of person I'm going to be way harder than my coach is going to be. I'm going to be way harder on myself than my players are going to be. This hurt me more than anything. I put this loss on me. And that's just the person I am. But when it comes to me bouncing back, I fear nothing. My main thing is I know for a fact that I'm going to bounce back and be the player that I need to be. Make the plays that I always used to make, and I'm going to get back to that. But there's nothing that scares me to the point where I feel like I can't bounce back from this. I've been here before. My main thing is, I want to be able to get this trust back in myself because I know my team's still there, but I want to be able to trust myself and then, I can make those plays whenever my number is called. So that's the part that I want to get back to.
Let's hope so. Tough day for Shaq Griffin out there today, culminating in the long pass for the touchdown, but really the 3rd and 10. At the, if we stop them there, they got to try if they get 3 or 4 or 5 yards, if they get no yards, they got to make a decision. We got a 60-yard field goal here that they got to think about. So just really botched that. Now, I'll even go to kickoff coverage. Don't let them return it back to the 35, man. What are you guys doing? Kick it in the end zone. I thought we had a kicker with a strong leg. Kick it, get a touchback. Don't let him return it. And then they let him return it out to the 35. He should never get past the 25-yard line, ever. Ever. So we let him get that 10 yards, then we let Ryan Ding. Now they only need 30 yards in 3 minutes. They were fine. Can you tell I'm not happy? Can you tell? Who's next? Who else do we have? Josh Allen. Oh, boy. This should be fun. Roll it.
Trevor and the offense did their part, you know what I'm saying, to put us in a position to win the game. And that's what, you know, the offense is supposed to do. That's what they do. So as a defense, we got to close it. And the opportunity, we didn't come to the opportunity. So we got to look back what we did wrong in that position, that, you know, because it's going to come back up. But next time we got to come on top and we got to figure out how.
They do anything different in your mind to negate the pass rush a little bit better than they
quick
did
pass.
Last time?
Yeah. I feel like that's been the only thing that's been, you know, really effective for the last 2 weeks and the last games that we've been playing is that quick game. So now we know that. Well, obviously we've been new it, but now we know it's to a certain extent. So if that team's offense is going to attack us, we got to figure out how to tighten up a little bit more. But we'll figure this out, and we'll get it going.
How frustrating does it get when you're almost home and because of the quick game, I mean, you just can't get there?
I mean, it's a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? For me, man, I knew I had to get, you know what I'm saying, get there quick. And, you know, it's just a part of it. You know, can't be frustrated because, you know, we almost had a pick. So, you know, even though I didn't get home, you know, I could have factored or could have made a play. Even though I didn't get a sack, you know, one of my teammates could have made that play. So, you know, it's a part of the game, man, and got to move on.
You guys still figuring out who you are? I mean, last week you guys did well.
No, you know, I think, you know, their objective, they didn't run the ball. You know what I mean? And we did a good job when they did to run the ball. It was the quick game, so now it's, you know, because we got some dogs up front. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to counter that, you got to get that ball quick, and they did a good job on that, good plan. So next week we know the Giants are going to most likely do something similar, and we just got to figure out, you know, what they're going to do before they know. So we're excited about next week. What are they, 5-1 right now? It's a great team right now, and we got to prepare as such.
I appreciate it, man, but we don't have dogs up front. We don't. Dogs up front don't let you throw it 58 times. And I understand it was quick pass. So how about this? And again, I'm not an X's and O's guy, but if I can't get pressure, how about we rush 2 and drop 9 and clog up the lanes? Anybody ever think of that? Anybody try that today? Anybody suggest that? We're just going to rush 3 and drop 8 short and just blanket the whole middle of the field. Didn't ever try that. I don't know. Can you? I don't know. I don't get paid to do that, but I'm just throwing it out there. Dogs up front. What dogs? Where are the dogs? They had 400 and some odd yards. They scored 34 points. They hadn't scored touchdowns. And so now we figured it out afterwards? I'm going to tell you what the Giants are going to do. Next week, they're a running team. They're going to take Saquon Barkley. They're going to run it right through the dogs. The dogs ready for next week? Come on. I mean, let's just keep it real. 34 points to the Colts. And scored 34 points. Liv, look at the standings and tell me how many points the Colts have scored now. And the NFL standings, I'll say Indianapolis, points for, points against. Tell me what they have points for. I'm holding. Colts now 3-2-1. They beat the Broncos like, what was it, 12-7 last Thursday? They scored none against us the first time. That's 2 games they didn't score a touchdown. 12-9. Yeah, but tell me what they have points for in the NFL standings. Just go to NFL standings. It says Colts 3-2-1, AFC South. Points for, points against. Tell me what the points are for. How many points they have scored. I'm going to tell you something about the dogs here in a second. Jags gave up 34 today. Huh? Points. Okay, they scored 103 points. Okay, so going into today, 5 games, going into it, 5 games, 93, 83, 73, 69 points in 5 games. In 5 games, they had scored 69 points. That's 13 points a game. Scored 34 today. See what I'm saying? Hey, you got no dogs. I'm going to play one more interview for you, and then I'm calling it a day because I'm ticked. Christian Kirk. Here's Brent.
I guess frustrating could be a word, right? I mean, you guys did a lot of good things. Run for over 200 yards and just can't find a W right now.
Yeah, this one definitely hurts. You know, just the week of practice we had, and you know, especially after last week, and looking forward to just taking the field and kind of putting it all together. You know, it stings. So there's obviously things that you can go back and look back at, and you know, say we could have been better here or there, you know, situationally or whatnot, but you know, it just didn't come out on the other side of it. You know, it's unfortunate. So it stings. You know, it's going to sting, but you know, the key is to just lean on the leadership and just you know, make sure everybody's coming back to work tomorrow, you know, with a purpose, and looking forward to New York.
How much is that on you? I know they brought you here in part because of that leadership, kind of keep this thing going even in a 3-game losing streak.
A lot of it is, and you know, it's my job to make sure, you know, at least in our room, receiver room, you know, our standard doesn't fall. We got the guys that, you know, make sure that, you know, that doesn't happen, and you know, for our locker room and as a team as well, you know, rubs off on everybody else. So, you know, like you said, you know, I'm brought here. A lot of us are brought here. We're handpicked to change the culture and, you know, make sure that, you know, we don't hang our heads. We don't let this carry over, and you know, we start fresh next week.
I don't see you lose, but can you see the big moment with the fourth quarter drive and maybe a little growing up period from Trevor too and the entire offense?
That's the offense we are. You know, I think we've shown it early on too, and we had moments where we can put the 14, 15 play drives together. Pretty sure that one was 20 plays, and so doing that in the NFL is hard. You know, it takes a lot of guts, it takes, you know, hard work and, you know, physicality and toughness, and, you know, to go down and finish too, I think is big. So, you know, if there's one bright spot from the game, I know that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, culture. If I hear culture one more time, I'm going to vomit. If I hear that word one more time, if I hear how important the culture is. It's real easy, guys. Culture. You win, culture's good. You lose, culture no good. Change the culture. We've changed the culture here more than you change a baby's diaper, okay? So many times we change a culture around this place. Oh, we got to change the culture. Oh, the big problem's with the culture. Oh, we got to have a new culture. Oh, what about the culture? We're the culture club is what we are. Here we go. Tonight we're going to be back. We'll hear from Trevor. 20 of 22 today. Bright spot. It's happy for him. Nice 3rd and 13 on that last drive. Attaboy, Trevor. Well, I'm sorry today. It's not your fault, big fella. Jags report live tomorrow. Evan Ingram playing against his old team next week, the New York Football Giants. I'm done. Huh? Oh, let's listen in on Trevor. You want Trevor? Take him.
Yeah, obviously we've had a few of these this year, so it's frustrating. It's tough. Not as much frustrating, just, you know, those are the games. We feel like we could have won every game that we've been in this year, and that's the NFL though. So there's a lot of teams that can say that, and at the end of the day, it just matters if you win or lose. So just continuing to find ways to go and finish and to win these games, and yeah, it's obviously there's going to be a lot to learn from today. There was some interesting situations that I think everywhere players like we can handle better. Just, you know, there's some tough situations, and you know, at the end of the day, I think we did take a big step offensively. That was a 20-play drive at the end. Just the confidence that was in that huddle. I mean, it was cool to see, and just wouldn't want to be beside anybody else in there. So I'm just proud of those guys, and then defensively too, they made some big plays, and it's just on all of us to find ways to execute better. I know offensively we had a drive where I missed a big throw on 3rd down on the plus 40 or so, maybe it was really the plus 30, 32-yard line on 3rd down. Got to hit that one to Christian, and so there's plays that you think about and you kind of kick yourself over, and it's just how can we all get a little bit better and put ourselves in that position to actually go and win it, you know, not just be close. And that's what's frustrating. But I believe in the team that we have. I know we have that confidence no matter who we're playing that we can go win. And that's huge, obviously. And eventually we got to go and win those games, and we know that. And there's a lot of things that we can learn from and get better from. But, you know, right now I'm still kind of taking it in, and obviously emotions are high, and biggest thing is we got to stick together, and we're all in it together. No matter what the result was, we all have our part, and we got to look in the mirror, kind of same thing we said last week, and address it and move on this week.
How encouraging was it for you that when it mattered and you needed that go-ahead score, touchdown no less, that you were able to get it?
I mean, yeah, there's been, you know, a bunch of guys on the defense come up to me and were apologizing. I'm like, man, there's been plenty of times where, you know, I wasn't able to get it done, and you guys put me in a position to go win the game. And so we're a team, and that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing and about this game is that it's a team game, and you got to have everybody, and whoever plays the better complete game wins the game. And you know, that's the thing. And I really believe in the guys that we have, and love our team, and just. We fought till the very last second and didn't go our way today, but I'm really confident in who we have and how we'll respond. So.
Travis is really starting to get going the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Travis has been great. I mean, just you guys see how hard he runs. Obviously, his speed helps us a lot, and just between him and James and Hasty, you know, he had a big run today on third and short, so that was awesome. It might have been fourth down actually, but. Anyways, that was a huge run, and just those guys are doing a great job, and O-line is doing a heck of a job up front. We ran the ball great today, so that was good to see. I know they were excited, and we all were. So it's hard to talk about the positives when you lose. It's frustrating, but they're definitely like every game. There's positives, there's negatives, there's things we got to do better. But I thought we ran the ball great today. Obviously, in the second half, as much success as we had on the ground, first half they had some adjustments, so it was a little tougher to break off those chunks. We still did a few of them and ran it when we needed to, and converted a bunch of third downs down the stretch in that last drive. And so, I thought we did some things really well, and obviously there's some things to work on.
Trevor, how hard is it to win? Are you finding it is to win in the NFL? I mean, you guys run for 200, you miss 2 passes, and you have a 10-minute drive in the fourth quarter to go ahead.
It's hard to win. Every team's good. So it's, I've known how hard it is to win, especially after last season, and so we had some close games, some that weren't so close. All those things. It's hard to win. You got to play well. Like you're not gonna luck into any wins in the NFL. You got to play a complete game, offense, defense, special teams, and you can't let up at all. You can't take a breath. And I think, we're gonna look at some times in that game where, speaking specifically offensively, where we had them 14-3, and I think that's when we got to strike, and we got to keep going and dominate the game and really take over. And there was a little bit of a lull there. Let them get back in the game at the end of the second half, and then we came out end of the first half. Then the beginning of the second half, we came out, scored first drive, kind of got back on track. So there's positives, there's negatives. You look at all of it, and we'll get better.
Big a part of this game.
Trevor Lawrence, we're going to have more from him coming up tonight. We're out of time. Jags take it on the chin. I like Trevor, man. Trevor's our hope. Keep hoping, Trevor, guys. I'm telling you. But boy, oh boy, he just 34 points to the stinking Colts. Don't worry, we got dogs up front. See you tonight.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
Every Monday night, we're filling this seat with your favorite Jaguars player.
To talk all things Jags.
Live from Sneaker Sports Grill.
It's Jags Report Live.
With raw, real reactions from the players.
And Rowdy Jag Nation rocking behind us. There's no other place to be on Monday nights. Live from Sneakers.
It's Action Sports Jax, Jags Report Live. Mondays at 7 on Fox 30.
Brought to you by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
I'm Mark Anajar. And I'm Glenn Levine. Catch the Jags Report Live every Monday on your home of the Jags.